Season 5 is here, and if you haven't already heard, Sorcerer got some crazy buffs and is now one of, if not the best class in the game. Here I'm bringing you the new and improved version of the Chain Lightning leveling build, which is now somehow even stronger than before. So whether you're playing the Seasonal Realm or the Eternal Realm, you'll be able to blast through level 1 to 50 in a matter of hours. This build is so powerful that you can clear the World Tier 3 Capstone Dungeon as low as the level 30s, and you can clear the World Tier 4 Capstone Dungeon at level 50, probably even earlier. The build is probably the #1 build for AoE damage, allowing it to absolutely annihilate dungeons with ease, but don't worry, this season it's also incredible for nuking bosses from very early on as well. The best thing is the build does not require any uniques, nor does it require any aspect that is an RNG drop. The core build only requires 2 aspects that can be obtained from dungeons very early on in the leveling process. I'll place a build link down in the comments or description below. So let's go over the core gameplay loop of the build. The main ability of the build is Chain Lightning, whereby you unleash a stream of lightning that can chain between you and any nearby enemies up to 5 times. We combine this with the recharging aspect so that every time Chain Lightning bounces, we gain back mana. This is the only mandatory aspect for the build and solves a lot of the mana issues early on. It can be obtained from the Zenith dungeon in Fractured Peak, so whether you're playing the Eternal Realm or the Seasonal Realm, you'll be able to get this very early on in the game. With tempering, you want to temper your weapons pretty early on because it's super cheap, and you can get the temper to cast Chain Lightning twice, which just doubles the benefits you're gaining here from just 1 cost. And then if you get the Unbroken Tether aspect, you can make Chain Lightning bounce an additional 5 times, meaning from 1 cost of Chain Lightning, you could cause 2 Chain Lightnings, which can each bounce up to 10 times. Remember, thanks to Enhanced Chain Lightning, each bounce also increases the critical strike chance of the ability, so the more Chain Lightning bounces, the deadlier it becomes. Then thanks to the Fireball enchant, any enemy that is killed causes an explosion which causes even more AoE damage, along with all the Chain Lightning we cause. Our second enchantment is Chain Lightning itself, which forms Chain Lightning for free every time we spend 100 mana. And this Chain Lightning can also gain all the benefits we've talked about before. So from casting just 1 ability, we're going to get some crazy AoE damage going. The next ability you want to use whenever it's off cooldown is Lightning Spear. Now what this does is it summons a spear of lightning, which for 6 seconds seeks out enemies and hits them, and also applies vulnerable. Thanks to Enhanced Lightning Spear, you now spawn 2 Lightning Spears instead of just 1 whenever you use this ability, and you gained increased critical strike chance. Now Lightning Spear used to deal pretty pathetic damage, but now we can get the Splintering Energy aspect from the Crumbling Heckma dungeon, again pretty early on in the Seasonal Realm, which makes our Lightning Spear hit 5 extra enemies whenever it causes a critical hit. This aspect alone makes Lightning Spear pretty powerful. With the Conjuration Mastery passive, whenever we have these Lightning Spears out, we have 2 out, so remember we get double the benefits, we gain a multiplicative damage bonus and also gain more mana regen. In order to further solve any mana issues you may have, we then use Static Discharge combined with Invigorating Conduit, so anytime we pick up any crackling energy, it gives us a nice chunk of mana. For the odd occasions where we don't have mana, which because it's an early leveling build we have to be realistic, there will be occasions, you have Arclash, which is a great basic skill for generating mana. Our key passive is Veer's Mastery, which gives us 25% damage reduction, and it causes even more lightning shenanigans by causing further chaining. Our ultimate ability, Unstable Currents, is reserved for stronger enemies and bosses, which when you cast it for 10 seconds it makes you insanely powerful. Anytime you cast any shock skill, so Arclash or Chain Lightning, it has a chance to cast a random core / conjuration or even a mastery shock skill. What's ridiculous about this is that the ultimate can cast you shock skills you don't even have any points in, so during these 10 seconds as you spam Arclash and Chain Lightning, you'll randomly cast more Chain Lightning, more Lightning Spears, charged bolts, so you literally flood the battlefield with lightning abilities. This in turn generates even more crackling energy, which creates even more lightning on the field. Let's go over our skill tree. So you want to start by putting 1 point into Arclash and 1 point into Enhanced Arclash, and then 1 point into Flickering Arclash. Then put 5 points into Chain Lightning, 1 point into Enhanced Chain Lightning, and 1 point into Greater Chain Lightning. We put 1 point into Teleport, which helps you to break stuns and reposition. 1 point into Enhanced Teleport and 1 point into Shimmering Teleport for the damage reduction. You also want to unlock Ice Armor, which will improve your survivability along with Enhanced Ice Armor and Shimmering Ice Armor. Then put 1 point into Lightning Spear, 1 point into Enhanced Lightning Spear, and 1 point into Summoned Lightning Spear. We will eventually make Lightning Spear 5 out of 5, but do this later on. Put 1 point into Elemental Attunement so we can sometimes reset our defensive cooldowns, which can come in handy. Once you're level 15, go back and unlock Fireball so we can use its enchantment. Put 1 point into Devastation and then 3 points into Elemental Dominance for more multiplicative damage. Around this time, you'll be able to unlock your ultimate ability, Unstable Currents. Get this and put 1 point into Prime Unstable Currents for more attack speed as well during your ultimate. Put 1 point into Align the Elements so we can put 3 points into Protection and 3 points into Mana Shield. Both these abilities will help you really survive. Now we unlock our key passive ability, Veer's Mastery, which is really going to help boost survivability and damage output. Now we go back and max out our other passive abilities. Put 3 points into Glass Cannon, put 3 points into Conjuration Mastery, 2 points into Static Discharge and 3 points into Invigorating Conduit. Then put 3 points into Precision Magic for more lucky hit chance. Now go back and max out Lightning Spear. Finally put 3 points into Potent Warding for more resistance, and 1 point into Coursing Currents and 1 point into Electrocution. Let's move on to our gear and aspects. As I've mentioned, in terms of aspects, the only requirement really is the recharging aspect, which will help a lot with mana regeneration. If you get lucky and get a drop of this at a higher than base version, then you really won't struggle with mana at all. Remember, you can get this from the Fractured Peak Zenith dungeon as early as level 1 in a seasonal realm. Let's go over some of the other aspects you can obtain from dungeons. We have Aspect of Splintering Energy, which makes Lightning Spear way stronger, so definitely do get this if you can. And then we have a couple of defensive aspects which you can obtain from dungeons, which include Aspect of Disobedience, which gives you more armor and more damage reduction, and then Aspect of Might, which gives you damage reduction directly whenever you use your Arc Lash ability. Two aspects which are obtained from drops but are really good if you do get them include Aspect of the Unbroken Tether, which for leveling purposes I put this on a two-handed weapon, so it doubled the chance for it to chain an additional 5 times. Remember to temper your weapons with a chance to cast Chain Lightning twice. The other RNG aspect you want to look out for is Aspect of Lightning Rod, which can drop randomly and can really boost the strength of Chain Lightning, especially against bosses. If you do get lucky and get this aspect, then put it on your amulet for a 1.5 times bonus to really boost its damage output. In terms of gear, don't worry about this too much whilst leveling. Look for the highest DPS weapon first and foremost. I preferred using a two-handed weapon, so I didn't have to worry about 2 drops with a one-handed weapon and focus, and also it doubled the benefit I gained from one of my aspects. Tempering is now super cheap, so you should temper a few good items here or there, or if you're trying to push the capstone dungeons early, then you should definitely be doing this. If you're trying to push capstone dungeons early on, try and temper resistances on your armor, it will really help. So there you have it, my Chain Lightning leveling build that is an absolute powerhouse for level 1 to 50. And I'm going to bring you an endgame version once I reach level 100 soon. If you liked what I talked about today, remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Diablo builds as we get deeper into Season 5. I'm Mr. Ronnet, and that's it for today. Peace out, guys.